run affair could behoove the Wildcats. We are underway in Tucson. The freshman punch controls, gets it to Trey White. Reynolds almost ran out of dribbles. Shot clock coming up on 10. Ouellette, step back. Can't hit. Punch. Flying for the offensive board. No dice on the putback. Arizona lineup at the bottom of your screen. Keep an eye on Caleb Love. As he goes, so go the Wildcats. Darting out of the corner. Here's Trey Townsend trying to bully his way to 2 against the freshman. Offensive board. Jamie Dixon told us he wanted to control the rebound. So far, it's not the starting ones.
Well, yeah, anytime you give a team like Arizona a second chance at it, things tend to work in their favor.
3 on the shot clock. That does not favor the Wildcats. A rush shot from Bradley is pulled down and put back up by Awaka.
It away. No foul, but Arizona retains possession. They'll get a third, possibly a third shot attempt here in the opening possession.
Here is Caleb Love ready to cook as he faces a double team. Shot clock at 3. Wow, he gets to the rim quick.
And that's what Caleb Love has to do. You're going to take away his 3. You're going to chase him out there. Be a multifaceted weapon. Get to the lane. Nice play for Arizona to open this game.
TCU starting lineups at the bottom of your screen. What you don't see is Frankie Collins, and you don't see Brendan Wenzel either. Both of those guys are out. That's about 1/3 of the Horned Frogs scoring.
Jamie Dixon, Frankie Collins, a floor general, defensive, tough-nosed player, won a lot of games previous season at ASU and was looking forward to continuing that tradition here with the Horned Frogs. But
he is not with the team in Arizona. As thinking about Jamie Dixon, it's bigger than just a couple players. It's a program. Banging home a 3. That's Caleb Love. Big time sign for Wildcat fans.
Strong defensive assignment right there by TCU. They didn't communicate. There's no reason Caleb Love should have come that wide open on the ball screen.
You can feel the bloodthirsty crowd here getting going at the McKill Center. First Big 12, I got to believe, is huge.
It is huge, and the great coach, you know, whether it's Coach Dixon or Coach Lloyd, they're going to tell their players, hey, there's way more to this game than just scoring. You don't measure your impact by points. There's defensive plays, rebounds, assists. There's so many things you can do to help your team win. And you got to drive that point home because so many people just look at stats, and that doesn't tell the real story.
Del Orso runs out of real estate, but not before he finds Bradley. 5-point advantage early on from the McKill Center for Arizona. 17 minutes here left in the first half. White off of the feed from Reynolds. Nothing about that looked good. Wildcats started 0 for 3. They have gone 3 of 3 since. Can they keep it going? Love, catch, release. Can't get the roll. Quick hands by Del Orso.
And speaking of step aside, that is an interesting wrinkle with this Arizona team. KJ Lewis opted to come off the bench and give up his starting spot to Del Orso to help the chemistry and help bring him along. And Arizona seemed to play well since they've made that rotation change in the starting lineup.
Oh, Ernest Uday powers his way to 2.
That's a big-time move right there by the big fella, taking it one-on-one.
And just like that, how quickly Arizona is able to answer like a blur. Love to 2 more.
Last 2 buckets for the Wildcats, moving without the ball. Guys making unselfish plays. TCU needs to tighten up a little bit and not trail the offensive players.
3 of 4 shooting for 7 points. That's Love's line early as Ouellette offline there. Bodying, though, quickly as he does with Lewis. Gets first 2 of the night for him.
Aggressive move. He missed a 3. Took it to the rim. A little bit of contact there.
Awaka, you want to talk about contact? There's something for you.
The big boy on the pick and roll. Arizona definitely wants to see more of that this season. Their bigs, some would say, have underperformed to this point. They want to see double-doubles from some of their big guys.
Reynolds, shot clock at 10, tries to thread the needle to Alette. He's hit on the right arm, no call.
You know, not to knock the prior 2 games, it wasn't exactly top-level competition, but getting off to a good start against defensive-minded TCU, that's something you can hang your hat on.
That's a great point. Look at that lob with the flush. Check out Brian soaring for it.
And Wildcat fans better enjoy him while he's here, because Carter Bryant is going to be, if not already, a flat-out superstar. Great execution from Arizona. They handled the double team perfectly.
Reynolds has looked hesitant with the basketball tonight. Fires to Michael Robinson, who is not afraid. His 3's off the mark. Diallo tries to collect it and steps on the...
Prepared for the defense they were going to see on Caleb Love.
Such an exciting player, Brian, as you were filling me in on him today. And just what I've been able to gather prior to our conversations. What an exciting young man. He's got basketball running through his veins, too. Dad played at Long Beach as a coach. Lewis's shot is off the mark.
And the great coach that Jamie Dixon is, he's seen enough of the layup parade. 2-3 zone, that, or 1-3-1 zone that time by TCU to get their first defensive stop in a long time.
And Arizona has seen zone in the past 2 games. He's slicing his way to 2 as Alette.
That's playground right there. 1-on-1 with the floater. Let's see if TCU, they stay in that 2-3 zone. Right now, having trouble guarding guys getting beat on back cuts, layups, dunks, alley-oops, and now we'll see if the zone can slow the rhythm of the Wildcats.
Prior to that, the Wildcats were cooking, making 5 of their last 7. The zone worked out here, short term at least.
And that's what all coaches are looking for, just a little bit of a break in the rhythm. There you see back-to-back defensive stops for TCU to see what they can put together on the offensive end.
Jace Posey into the basketball game. Ball's knocked away. Jennings in the open floor is fouled. So back and forth between mom and dad's home. Dad living in Tucson, mom in El Paso. Fell in love with the school, the University of Arizona. Actually drew a picture of himself playing basketball when he was a little kid. He was hooked early, and now here he is, donning the white uniform for the Wildcats, playing well tonight.
Almost a second deflection right there by KJ as you're singing his praises.
Uday, ripped by Vesar.
This is probably the best Arizona has looked all season. The way the ball is moving, high percentage looks, they have responded well to the TCU pressure, and here comes the crowd.
The Arizona faithful responding well to the 8-2 run. Largest lead of the night for the Wildcats. Alette can't take a bite out of it. Oh, Love, so smooth. Vesar, right side. Here's Bryant. Threading the needle. Poking out is Bradley from the elbow. He whips it to Love. His 3. Knocks it down. Butter from beyond the arc. Pressure extended by Arizona out of the timeout. Jace Posey controls. Picks up his dribble on the right side and is accosted by Bryant and company.
And TCU has yet to set into their offense, and there's only 10 seconds remaining in this possession.
Posey loses his footing. You said it, 3 on the shot clock. Brick.
That's an example of great coaching. You come out in a press just to throw them off of whatever they talked about in that timeout. TCU just spent the whole time working against the pressure.
Lob underneath. Vesar makes no mistake off of a beautiful feed from Lewis.
Another assisted bucket by Arizona. They've got 9 assists so far.
TCU hadn't scored in more than 3 minutes. Alette. Posey acrobatically flies, trying to put it back in. Can't get it to fall. Here come the Wildcats again. Transition. Ball's poked away by Alette. The turnover and break TCU needed. In transition, they get 2.
And that definitely was a play that the Horned Frogs needed. A little deflection. We talked about their transition scoring. One of the teams in the country that's very good at that.
Oh, Love thinks it over. Gets Lewis a clean look. He comes up short. Trey White, deep 3.
Trey White, one of those guys that can really score from beyond the arc.
Oh, how about that for body control? The young fella gets the McDonald's All-American. Can't finish the three-point play. The question for TCU is who's going to score for them?
Well, TCU has had some very good opportunities. They missed a couple of point-blank layups, but let's not forget, they've missed 5 open threes. And this game would look totally different if they connected on 2 or 3 of them. Right there, nice inside play.
Yeah, Uday, who is going to give these guys some headaches if they can't get a body on them, gets a rebound and puts 2 up and in.
You look at the missed 3-pointers by TCU, that's a factor. Definitely don't want to hit the panic button. You just want to keep playing defense, keep shooting your open shots.
Shot clock under 10. Weaving his way out of the mid-corner is Bradley, but he does so without the basketball. Taken away by White. And a whistle is blown. Feels like a potential opportunity for TCU just to kind of slow down the pacing.
But when you're on the road in league play, a made bucket is your best friend. It gives you a chance to set the defense. It takes the crowd out of it. Like, scoring points on the road is huge. And TCU has to find a way to start connecting.
Trey White connects right there.
Beautiful penetration and kick. You know he's a shooter. You've got to know where he is at all times on the floor. Right now, Arizona has to resist the urge to fall in love with the three-point shot. They've been moving the ball very well against this zone. High lows, inside outs.
Underneath, big-time foul by Punch.
2-point range. It's too many layups, too many dunks, and you know Coach Jamie Dixon is going to address that at halftime. You cannot give up layups and dunks to a team playing at home. You've got to make life a little more difficult than that defensively.
And you mentioned halftime. The problem for TCU, 11 games so far this season, they've never won trailing at half. Reynolds seems to make up his mind that time. Woo, talk about determination. Uday. And, you know, Coach Tommy Lloyd is probably telling his players or anybody over there on that bench who will listen, I told you guys about Uday.
It's an instinct to leave your guy and try to make a block. You know, you're trying to play tough defense and help your teammate out. But when a big man leaves a big man, the guards are helpless because they can't do anything about that guy rolling to the rim. Great defense there. The theft. And they've got a 3-on-2.
Lead down to single digits. Reynolds would love to trim it to 5 and does. 11-2 TCU run.
Every coach will tell you the kryptonite is live ball turnovers. Ill-advised shot there by Del Orso. And now it's the Horned Frogs looking to keep the momentum as Reynolds pressing the issue. Feels like he can take Del Orso. And he can off the glass. Tommy Lloyd wants to talk it over. And right now, the turnovers have given the Horned Frogs quick possessions and giving them some plays to draw some energy from.
It's also got to be disappointing for Tommy Lloyd to think, I just took our star out of the game, and this is what happens.
Well, guys got to hold their own. I mean, you know, nobody plays 40 minutes a game in college basketball. So when you get out there, keep things rolling. And there's a good opportunity for Henry B.
bench, showing off some of that strength. Can't finish. Here come the Wildcats. Caleb Love rattles out. Big rip by Alette. Boy, momentum is a real thing in college basketball. Could almost hear a pin drop here at the McHale Center. Top about to come off it, though. Hustle play from Trey Townsend. Bails out his teammates big time.
And Coach Jamie Dixon, irate with a few of his players losing focus, giving up those easy baskets we talked about.
Nice fake by Alette. He sent Love into the third row, but he can't knock down the three. Bradley off the dribble. Much needed basket.
Well, his mid-range game.
Arizona comes into this game at 6-5, right? Not the start they wanted. Is that more of a Tommy Lloyd is still searching for a rotation of guys that works?
I don't think so. I think it's just they did not close out games. And all the games that they lost, it was their inability to play well in the final 4 minutes of each game that really did them in. And that's something they collectively as a team have to work on. When you play guys good for 36 minutes and then don't close, that's not on the coach.
Alette tries to beat a triple team, gets what he deserves. Love, so smooth, off the window for two more.
His last few shots had been threes. Caleb Love getting back to attack mode. And here comes that Arizona crowd again.
7-0 run for the Wildcats. Love has 12 on the night. 4 minutes left here in the first half. Reynolds loses it, and a foul is called by Chance Moore.
The Big 12, a lot of great basketball programs, loaded with talent from top to bottom, and you don't have time to worry about one because you got another one just in a few days. And tonight, the opening round, living up to the billing. Arizona showing some poise offensively. TCU's made a run.
Can they make another is the question. Uday from the mid-corner. Reynolds launches a three, hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Boy, that's the first points in over 3 minutes for the Horned Frogs.
Excuse me, that was nice. Great vision by Uday out of the post. Beautiful cross-court pass. There's the deflection on the double team of Jaden Bradley in transition.
Mr. Bryant says return to sender.
Hey, what slump? What are you talking about? Aggressive downhill plays, good decision making. Quick bucket right there by TCU.
And you just saw on that slab the career accolades for Caleb Love. Just a reminder of just how effective he has been over the course of his career. Now in its 5th year. Smashed down the door into all of our living rooms in that 2022 final. Oh, hard to the hole. Face star, 2 more.
That Arizona seems to be scoring with. We're really talking about a 9-point game. I mean, TCU's still right in this game. They've made a couple of threes. There's another deflection. KJ with the steal, and it's showtime.
Boom! 5 straight field goals made by the Wildcats. The lead has now swollen to 11.
He is 2 of the night for him, but that's a KJ Lewis bucket that comes out of nowhere but sheer will. He's out there being a pest, getting his hands on deflections.
Absorbing contact and finding a way, already exceeding his average on the year.
Right now, if you're TCU, you want to drop back into your man and get a few stops to end the half. See if you can cut into this lead.
Awaka back into the basketball game, gets it to Bryant. Lewis meets a double team, whips it to Bradley. Bradley loses control and the basketball. In transition, Alette
And you see how fast the Horned Frogs go from turnover to 2 points. That wasn't even 3 seconds. From the time they got their hands on that ball, he was laying it up. They are lethal at turning those turnovers into buckets.
Well, the last 2 seasons, they've led the nation in fast break points.
Problems in there. They see them poke it out, and they're off to the races. The ball barely touches the floor. TCU turns it into a quick bucket. Arizona with a turnover. TCU back at it again, trying to cut into this lead a little further.
Micah Robinson strokes a 3. The freshman is here. The run is 7-0.
Every time TCU has made a run, they have feasted on Arizona turnovers. Back-to-back turnovers, 5 quick points.
The Horned Frogs hanging around in the Big 12 opener in the desert. Great look by Love. The freshman can't finish.
You make them pay from beyond the arc.
Under a minute now in the first half. Caleb Love draws about 3 defenders, tried to get it to Awaka. He loses the handle, but gets it back to Love. So smooth to 2 more.
It's a lot of effort right there from Toby Awaka when your big man is on the floor diving for loose balls and makes a great pass. Arizona needed that bucket to keep the momentum on their side.
Love's got 16. Reynolds trying to answer. Too strong. They fight for it. The freshman punch controls. Shot clock coming up on 10. Game clock at 17. 8-second differential. Oh, ball's like a yo-yo for Alette. Drains it.
Oh, my goodness. Alette with the filthy step back. And that question, TCU can play better than they did in the first half. Arizona, almost like a heavyweight fight, has hit them with everything except the kitchen sink. You're talking knockout blows, big plays, dunks, threes, and yet TCU right here nipping at their heels. 4-point game.
Wow. And somehow getting that to fall is Trey Townsend.
Trey kind of shooting that as an afterthought. Nobody else was open. So I guess I'll just pull the trigger.
Now it's Reynolds. Pumps it into the corner, and a 3 from White is good.
Caleb Love gambles on a steal. TCU moves the ball strategically, gets a high percentage 3 from the corner.
6 points for Taz White. It is just a 1-possession ball game now, as a hush comes over the crowd at the McHale Center. Love trying to get him excited, around and out. Ball squirts out to Love in the corner. Now it's tapped out this time to Bradley. Heads up play by Townsend to keep it alive. He swings it to the corner. Del Orso, the runner. No good. Big board by Uday.
Solid defensive stance right there by TCU. 3 Arizona attempts, and they come up empty.
TCU can tie or trim the lead to 1. Punch. Spins to the hole. That's that power he has.
A talented freshman who is going to be a heck of a player in college basketball, and you see a little bit of it right there.
This is the closest TCU has been since it was just 2-0. Hammering that home. A big bucket by Townsend.
And there you see Arizona, high percentage, getting the ball into scoring position, drop off pass for a dunk. Arizona 15 of 19 from 2. And the question is, can TCU keep them out of the lane and force them back to the 3-point shooting where they're just 2 of 10?
White has it knocked away by Townsend. Love with that quick first step, cash money.
Caleb Love passes up on 3-point shots, and good things happen both times for Arizona.
18 points for Love. Has had 20 or more over the course of the last 2 games. Would like to make it 3 straight. Alette bombs away off the heel. Long rebound, caroms out to the Horned Frogs. White maybe took an extra step, no call. Here's Punch feeling it. Uday, offensive rebound, too strong. Here comes Bradley out of the pack. Awaka off the window. About as sloppy as we've seen it tonight. Reynolds goes coast to coast and restores order with 2.
Boy, Reynolds so solid with the ball in his hands. You talk about a point guard with a good upper body. He slices down the lane, scores in traffic.
Well, we've talked about Reynolds a lot. He was a former Horizon League Player of the Year when he was playing at Green Bay. We've also talked about Townsend. He was the whole, there he is, Horizon League Player of the Year last year at Oakland. Don't sleep on the horizon now. Here's Uday. Look out below. And Townsend sends him back.
Look now. But we've got a one-point affair here in Tucson.
And, you know, those nasty rebounds. He's got 13 nasty rebounds. They don't have to look good.
I don't think there's anybody in this gym or maybe even the state of Arizona that's going to keep him off the glass. He is built different, physically just imposing his will in the paint. KJ Lewis.
I mean, that hesitation was perfect. Gave himself just enough time to come up on the other side off the window.
He's the utility man for the Arizona Wildcats. Defense, offense, whatever you need, KJ Lewis will get it for you.
TCU needs a bucket here. Diallo into the game with 3 fouls, kicks it to Alette. Shot clock inside of 10. Diallo, nice pass to Punch. The freshman gets physical and finishes. 3rd foul on Vesar. Nowhere near close on the free throw.
And 3 fouls on Vesar is something that Tommy Lloyd and his staff, or maybe a raised eyebrow, as we've got over 15 minutes to go in this game. And they're going to need bigs to keep the Horned Frogs off the glass. They've done a marvelous job of offensive rebounds.
Cross-court pass. Bryant's 3 rims out. Nice look by Love. Almost 20 points late against UCLA. Blew that lead. We're getting into one of those tight windows again. Can they close, right?
Absolutely right. Arizona fans have seen this before, where Arizona has faded down the stretch. So we've still got tons of time in this game. I think everybody's just taking it one play at a time. And TCU feeling like as long as they're within a couple of possessions, they've got a great shot to try to steal a win here in McHale Center.
10 points for Vesar off of the hoop there. Alette. In the face of 2 defenders, teardrop falls.
That's little big boy basketball right there from KJ Lewis.
The McHale Center as loud as it's been all night long. Alette finishes and is fouled.
Pull it right there.
Vesar, pump fakes.
You know, what he does with the basketball is so important for Arizona because he's the release valve. They're going to trap Arizona's guards, and what Vesar does, the decisions he makes, it makes all the difference in the world for the Wildcats.
Reynolds gets tied up, gets it to Uday, who gets it right back to him. Defensive pressure turned up by the Wildcats. Slicing right through it again is Reynolds.
Great defense right there by KJ Lewis, but better offense by Reynolds. He has been unbelievable this evening.
14 points for Reynolds on 6 of 9 shooting. Oh, Vesar blows the lid off this place. Much needed 3 for the Wildcats.
And it's been pick your poison. If you're going to double the guards and leave Vesar, he's going to hit floaters. And now he's showing you, I got a 3-ball in my toolbox as well.
Guy was held out pretty much all last year with an elbow injury, taking advantage of the clean bill of health. Reynolds taking advantage of some soft defense on the interior to 2. The lead again is 3.
What a seesaw battle right now between the Horned Frogs and the Wildcats. Reynolds, a one-man wrecking crew.
Oh, speaking of the wrecking ball, Caleb Loves crashes into the Horned Frogs.
Those are the kind of plays you just can't define any kind of defense for. He's out there by the logo against the zone and decides to launch it. There's no remedy for that. That's just Caleb Love.
TCU still staying calm under the pressure. Manning buries a tray.
Well, I can tell you this right now. The Horned Frogs are here to stay. They're not looking to fall behind double digits anymore for the remainder of this game. They're making gutsy buckets to answer every Arizona bucket.
Remember, all of this coming without Frankie Collins and Brendan Wenzel, 2 of their best players. Love, the best player on the floor, knocks down 2 more. 24 points for Caleb Love.
Good old-fashioned heat check. Why not?
Stoppage of play. Has come right along with him. The 2 of those guys have scored 13 of Arizona's last 15 points. Manning. Bang!
And the freshman Carter Bryant got caught sleeping on a set play. Jamie Dixon draws up a bucket for the Horned Frogs coming out of the timeout. Little misdirection, pick and roll, bring your guy up from the corner. Beautiful execution. You love the little tip of the cap coming out of those out of bounds, right? It's the best part of basketball when these coaches call timeouts and they draw these buckets up. So watch these guys come out and execute against one another. Great high-level basketball. They ran out of pump fakes. Somehow Love ends up with it. Splash! 27 points for Caleb Love. Nine straight for Caleb Love in Arizona. This place was so loud you couldn't even hear the whistle. 6-point advantage for Arizona as they work to keep the Horned Frogs at arm's length. Rashawn Alette. Vassar has been so important to this effort tonight. Another rebound for him. His height out there collecting those defensive rebounds in traffic. Nice backdoor cut. An extra pass gets Bradley too. 7th assist for Lewis. 8 straight field goals for Arizona. I was going to say, KJ Lewis having an amazing night. Just dishing the rock everywhere to everybody. The crowd engaged. Close one. Reynolds soars to the basket. And at the final moment, it falls through. To say he's been unstoppable is an understatement. Reynolds having a career night. 18 points for the former Horizon League Player of the Year. Great. Bradley will trigger from out of bounds. Vassar, wide open 3, rolls out. And he shoots that with the full confidence and support of everyone on that team. They know he can make that 3. Alette, you don't want to turn your back on Caleb Love. Stuff like this will happen to you. Bang! TCU has an opportunity to work themselves back into this game. Now, turnovers would help, but Arizona doesn't look like they're going to be turning the ball over anytime soon. So TCU's got to execute, and they've got to get defensive stops. Beautiful play, and they're going to get some free throws.
They saw a hit with the for Arizona.
Right. When you're talking about how you score, it's all interconnected. Who's setting the screen? Who's coming off the screen? All those things matter. As Arizona comes over with a different lineup now, we'll see if they can manufacture offense.
Here's Lewis moving left. Townsend. It is a full contact sport with those two fellas, Punch and Townsend. Offensive board goes to Arizona, and a foul is committed on. But tonight, he's playing like Michael Jordan.
You are so on your own on both of those. I'm not touching either one of those. You are by yourself. Good Lord, we always talk about the under 8. You know, that timeout you get under 8 minutes. And here we are in the under 8. Arizona nursing a 9-point advantage. Can TCU somehow close the gap? It's a single-digit game. It's only 3 possessions. But you feel like it's bigger than that on this possession right here.
Reynolds' progress is stopped.
Of getting points. And if they can string that together with stops, that's how you tighten up a game like this.
20 points, season high for Noah Reynolds. Horned Frog still hanging around.
Quiet night for Jaden Bradley.
Tobe Awaka likes his odds on Uday.
Wow, Punch got up for that rebound.
Reynolds, clean look. Way off.
And that's just the case of being too open. Too open, too much time. He didn't shoot it in rhythm. And you see how they're not hesitating to double team the ball screens. They're not afraid of Awaka shooting the shots.
Jennings got jammed up, tried to chop it off for Awaka, who cleans up the mess. A decorated career here at Arizona. You've got the pulse of this program. This is just feeling like a release tonight for this fan base and this program. Still work to be done, but right now they got to feel good.
The entire offseason, this team and this fan base have been told where they're going to fit into the Big 12.
The Waco area. Just very strong for a guy who just turned 18 in September.
They're making 18-year-olds much different these days. He's got a 30-year-old body on him. He's huge, physical player, and right there, they pick up another cheap foul.
It just feels different tonight, though, doesn't it? Conference play.
It absolutely does. They know the stakes are high. Arizona knows that they're going to have to play very well in Big 12 play to stay in the tournament discussion. There's a lot of naysayers, some doubters out there given the shaky start they've had, but tonight they can start taking one step in the right direction against a really good TCU squad.
Bradley floated to the hoop, somehow got that off from his hip.
Percentage, they were layups and dunks and plays that got the crowd motivated, and those are the things you don't want a home team to get.
Crowd's on its feet right now. Ouellette gets a screen. Stifling defense by the Wildcats is keeping the Horned Frogs up by the three-point line. Ouellette finds some wiggle room and finds a way to finish. He's fat. Jamie Dixon, if he could come over to you and say my sentiments exactly, he would. 7-point game.
Jennings
hangs Uday out to drive before he finds Awaka for the flush.
KJ Lewis breaking them down like bunk beds from IKEA.
Everything seems to have been ratcheted up a notch here in Tucson over the last few minutes. Robinson with the three.
Boy, that's a big three because he had Carter Bryant flying out in his face, and Carter Bryant's got that 7-foot wingspan. Amazing that he was able to get that to drop. And still, a 2-possession game, big possession here for the Wildcats. They've been able to convert on these ball screens. TCU switching, giving up mismatches in the paint.
Bryant, no hesitation. Oh, no, yes.
In the right direction today as they find themselves in a good spot with 4 minutes remaining. And now the emphasis is on TCU to try to create turnovers and offense.
Punch squeezes the basketball on the left wing. Got it to Ude, who tried to get it back to him, knocked away. Oh, Love slips it back door. Owaka finds a way to finish.
And now you see Caleb Love playing basketball on a completely different level. He knows he's going to be trapped, so the big man slips the screen. Great execution for Arizona.
7th assist of the night for Love to go with the 31 points. A memorable Big 12 debut. Arrett, step back.
The crowd on their feet. You feel the pressure mounting. Arizona knowing at this point they just need to defend. And the baskets take them when they come. Little 2-3 zone here for TCU.
Lewis finds Bryant making the extra pass. The freshman rattles out. Another freshman punch with a big rebound. Reynolds for 3. He just makes it look so easy.
Along with Caleb Love, clearly the best player on the floor tonight for the Horned Frogs. And you just wonder if that Batman had a Robin for TCU tonight, this would be a much closer game. TCU now with their backs against the wall. They kind of need to pitch a shutout here for the remaining 2 minutes. Try to have a chance at this.
Under 2 minutes left. Lewis fires underneath for Bryant.
And Arizona not out of the woods yet. Can TCU apply pressure?
Reynolds is rejected by Owaka. Foul is called.
Is to try to get a 10-second call or force the quick shot. But it's just a show, not actually a press. Jaden Bradley's going to bring it up.
90 seconds left. 7-point advantage for Arizona. Pete Souza and Corey Williams with you live. Caleb Love. Whistle is blown prior to the shot. Foul on the floor.
Roll on both.
$16 points in the first half for Love. 17 in the second. Robinson's 3 is short. And TCU's hopes and chances in their opener in the Big 12 slipping away.
And TCU content to let Arizona run some clock, and almost seems like they're waving the white flag. You would think they'd be trying to trap and create pressure, but instead Arizona's going to take all 30 seconds off the clock here.
Turnover. Breathes some life into the Horned Frogs. White's long 3 is no good. And Tope Owaka came down hard on the left.
That's the type of team approach, team attack that Arizona needs. And a win is a win, especially when you get into Big 12 play.
Bradley is tied up.
Big road games coming up in Big 12 play, so at all costs, you must defend the home floor. It looks like Arizona will defend the home court and get the win. And that's all they came out here to do tonight, was win the home opener. And they'll take matters on the road.
Reynolds goes to the hole again with his hard hat on, is knocked away. Corey mentioned those 2 big games. Those 2 big games coming up against Cincinnati.